नमस्ते, मैं हूँ बॉबी और स्वागत है आपका हील योर लाइफ में। लव, बहुत लोग बात करते हैं इसके बारे में एंड yeah, it's too much of discussion and too much of talking about love that's happening in today's world. That I love so and so person, but that person doesn't love me back. I love my parents, but they don't understand me and they don't love me back as I want them to love me. ये सिर्फ कंप्लेनिंग ही चल रही है, इट्स कांस्टेंट कंप्लेनिंग एंड कांस्टेंट। ये बाहर से ही कंप्लेनिंग नहीं हो रही है, इंटरनली वी आर कॉन्स्टेंटली कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट दैट। बट इन सब चीज़ों में वी फॉरगेट वन थिंग कि हम कंप्लेन तो कर रहे हैं कि हमें प्यार मिल नहीं रहा है। क्या हम खुद से प्यार कर रहे हैं? वेयर इज़ द सेल्फ लव हैपनिंग? Are we consciously practicing or is it at all happening? क्योंकि हम ये करना भूल जाते हैं, हम खुद को वैल्यू करना भूल जाते हैं, हम खुद से प्यार करना भूल जाते हैं इसी लड़ाई में कि हम दूसरों को एक्यूज़ और ब्लेम करते रहते हैं क्योंकि हमें यहाँ से चाहिए, वहाँ से चाहिए, ऐसे चाहिए, वैसे चाहिए। बट कैसे चाहिए हमें खुद को पता है, राइट? और वी आर द ओनली वन हु अंडरस्टैंड अस इंडिविजुअली कि हमें क्या चाहिए और किस तरह से प्यार चाहिए। बट कितना हम सेल्फ लव प्रैक्टिस करते हैं? वाई आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस टुडे? बिकॉज वी हैव अ स्पेशल गेस्ट टुडे who is an author of the book called SelfLove, and she's been mentoring people on self-love, how to love yourself, how to empower yourself, what are the practices, how to do things for yourself. बेसिकली अगेन हाउ टू सेल्फ लव, तो आज की हमारी गेस्ट है आयरा कौर। चलिए आज इनका स्वागत करते हैं और इनसे जानते हैं मोर अबाउट हर जर्नी एंड हाउ डिड दिस हैपन टू हर। ये पूरा जो सेल्फ लव की ये जो सबको सिखा रही है या कितने लोगों को, लाइक थाउजेंड ऑफ पीपल शी हैव कोच सो फार एंड शी इज़ द फाउंडर ऑफ SelfLove Jewels also. सो आइए जानते हैं इनकी जर्नी के बारे में एंड मोर अबाउट हाउ थिंग्स गो। आइए स्वागत करते हैं इनका। स्वागत है आपका।
थैंक यू फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी।
तो जैसे कि मैंने बात करी सेल्फ लव के बारे में, इट्स अ टॉपिक दैट पीपल टॉक ऑल्सो एंड पीपल डोंट टॉक ऑल्सो। ठीक है, लोग बात करना चाहते हैं, नहीं भी करते हैं, लोग बात करते हैं, प्रैक्टिस पे नहीं लाते हैं। सो या इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट। बट टू स्टार्ट विथ, पहले तो हम आपकी जर्नी से स्टार्ट करते हैं कि आपकी स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी, ये जो जर्नी है आपकी सेल्फ लव, टू मेंटर पीपल, टू टीच पीपल हाउ टू लव देमसेल्फ, आई थिंक इट्स अ एक्सट्रीमली टफ थिंग.
Absolutely.
So how did your journey and from where did you begin from?
I would say that today you're seeing me like, oh, I'm a very nice, pleasing personality, very sober kind of person, but it was opposite in my childhood.
Okay.
So I was, the names that I was given to me was Lal Mirch,
Really?
Red Chili, Green Chili,
Okay.
Lizard.
Really?
Really. And I was very arrogant person.
Okay.
And I will say you, I was a narcissist.
Okay, that's a very strong statement
I
to
can't
make.
say that because I know what I was and how I have changed my life.
Okay.
That's why I say that if I can change, anybody can change. So to even start with, there were the times in my life, like even I talk about my 8th standard when I was a child, like everybody is watching TV while eating dinner. I'm watching Mirror. I was like that. So there was a situation where I was only concerned about me and only me and me.
Okay, and gazing in the mirror like while eating, this I am finding it very interesting because I have done that since I was a child. Like just look into the mirror for hours and gazing to myself. Why did you do it? Like what were you looking at while you were
I
gazing in the mirror?
just see a very fascinating person, like that the entire world is there. Entire world is there. So I will tell you a very, very thin line of difference.
Okay.
In the feeling, the action is still the same. The feeling changes a bit when it becomes from narcissist to self-love. In self-love, I did that same again. If I tell you, when I wrote my book, Self-Love, The Power Within You, if I sit with pen and paper and just to think what to write, I was not able to do it. But when I keep a mirror in front of me, then I think what I did, how I helped you heal. And I start writing. Oh, this was the thing that helped me. This was the mindset created that actually helped me. So mirror was talking to me and I was writing the book. Without the mirror, the book would have never completed actually.
So you're actually sitting in front of a mirror. It's very interesting for me too actually. क्योंकि लेमैन बहुत सारे बुरे सेल्फ ऑब्सेस है, अपने आप को देख के किताबें लिख रही है ना. So it's very inspiring at the same time, but it's again like obsession also. But yeah, it's self-love again.
So that's why I said, there is a very thin line. The acts looks the same, but the feeling and intention at both the time were different. When I was saying in the younger age, when I used to see myself in the mirror for a really long time, it was act of obsession, self-obsessed. But during the time when I was writing the book, when I was seeing myself, I was communicating with my inner self. That what brought you out in the real life. That outer appearance was gone. That was only the communication of the soul. That what healed you. What brought you a connection stronger towards self.
And how old were you when this started with you?
The self-love.
Self-love thing, not shifting from self-obsession to self-love awareness.
So there was a moment, I'll tell you the story, very interesting story.
Okay.
Very, painful also, but in the same time, it's very enlightening also. So the story happened to be, I was in my college, in my graduation day, and it was my birthday. And I gave party to all my friends. And after the party, everybody went home. Even I came home. So I called up my friend after reaching home, back to her, like, oh, what are you doing now? And she was like, avoiding the answer. And I can hear the background with lots of other friends' voices.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, where are you? What is happening? And she's like, yeah, we are still at party and we're still meeting up. And like, do you guys ignored me? And she's like, yeah, we will talk later. Yeah, let's. It's okay. Just cool it down. We'll talk later. I disconnected the phone and I sat. And I said, like, is something wrong with me? That question hanged on. That if people are avoiding me, is something wrong with me? That trigger actually brought me back to myself that, am I doing something wrong? Am I having certain kind of emotions or feeling or behavior that is not making me connect with other people properly? Or am I being too egoistic? That time it hit me, and the realization, the first realization happened that something I need to change about myself.
Okay.
And after that shift, every piece is an enlightenment journey for myself, that things keep happening and every step I like realizing, oh shit, I was doing this also wrong and this also and this also. And I start improving myself, improvising my thoughts, my mindset. What happened? One time, one of my friend asked me to write 5 good things about the other person.
Okay, about the other person.
Yeah. I was like, I can tell 5 bad things. It's so difficult to praise someone.
Really?
This was me.
Oh, okay.
And then I deliberately practice saying, oh, your shirt is good. You look good. So the practice actually that brought me to a level that I see a person, I don't find points to criticize. I find points that how we can appreciate the other person. So that was the shift.
Wow. So that's how the book also happened to you, self-love.
Yes, the book happened to me because I was teaching self-love from really long, and there were many points and things that I always wanted to tell people, and many of my friends actually encouraged me that write it down. And I'm like, I can't write it down. Like, no, you have to write it down. So I started writing, and so we talked about in the book that how physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually you have to work together. It's not the one thing that only work physically, exercise, and do eating habits change.
Yeah.
It's just one aspect. You have to think about how your emotions are working, how you communicate with yourself, then how your mindset training is, then how your spiritual practices are. So it's a combination of things. And in self-love, I simply say that whatever you are looking outside, that you want that thing, maybe it's love, respect, or kindness, or humbleness, whatever you're searching outside.
Yeah, forget to search it inside.
It's basically missing inside you
So
with
true.
yourself.
So true.
So if you fulfill that, outside will automatically change. So if you want to have respect from the other person, or if you say that the other person is not respecting you, check within. Are you respecting yourself? That's the question.
Yeah, it's like so happening to me right now listening to this. Yeah, we consciously don't practice checking ourselves that are we respecting ourselves. As I started the show with that, we forget to keep a check on ourselves. We keep complaining about other people not giving it to us. We forget to give it to ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in simple terminology, I will say that self-love is a path to self-realization. And it's a lifelong romance. Romance with yourself.
Wow, wow. So so the जैसे कि आप if somebody is coming for a session, how does this happen? It's a workshop, it's session. कैसे होता है ये चीज़?
So
Self-love
yeah,
के जो classes
I
होते हैं.
actually take self-love mentoring session, and it's like a year-long program.
Okay.
If you want to enroll, and I have very limited seats because it's a commitment for yourself.
Absolutely.
That if you are ready to become uncomfortable, then only come. And if you're thinking that self-love would be like, oh, self-care, taking care of your skin, taking care of this, and it's all comfortable and luxury process, forget it. You may have to leave the most of the thing that maybe you love, that you're mixing up with like. So, for example, I used to love that song "Unbreak My Heart" by Tony Braxton.
Yes, that's my
amazing
favorite,
song.
amazing
Right?
song. I love that.
And then Whitney Houston, "Bodyguard" song.
I love you forever.
See,
Your
for
voice.
example, you know, when I learned about that these frequency, these songs actually is a kind of our deep emotion with affirmation. This is what we are attracting towards our life. And then whenever that song is played, I have to like change, change. If the hands are stopping me because I really used to like that song.
I still do until
I think you have to change now.
Yeah.
So because it's an affirmation with so much of strong feeling, and that too even in the resonance of rhythm. This is exactly what you are going to attract in your life. Yeah. Leave it. So that's what I said. You may have to leave certain things that
Things
you
that
love.
you really love, yeah.
But that also is the thing that is actually holding you back from living your life full potential.
So yeah, it जैसे कि फिर से हम पूछ रही थी मैं again like for more clarity, how does it work? Sessions मतलब कितने a set of sessions होते हैं?
There are set of sessions,
Yeah.
like every month there are 2 to 4 sessions,
Okay.
101,
Yeah.
and it continues till like 12 months.
Okay. 12
And
months.
after 12 months we can restart also. So because there are number of things as we work in a human life, there are number of things that we have to overcome, we have to refine ourselves. And I always say it like this: there is a better version of you always waiting.
Yes.
So 1% a day, it's like 365-degree change. And
Sure.
Every year you have that scope.
Every day.
So even like we started today, in 12 months we end, and then there is another scope. Because you have already achieved that, there's another one more cycle of you. Because you grow all the time. That's why I sell that self-love is a lifelong romance. It doesn't end.
Yes, absolutely doesn't.
So I have dealt with many of my clients, like working with them with 1 year. After having 3 months break, then they restart. Why? Because like, I need a commitment partner. I need someone to guide me all the time. Because in life there are so many complications, so many myths, so many facts that they get confused with.
Yeah.
And they need someone who can they rely on. And these days especially, if you can talk to someone where you feel there's no judgment and you can tell everything, it's a rare find.
Absolutely, it is a rare find. Okay, so again, coming back to the thing that I've started with about the self-love jewels.
Yes.
We'll come to this interesting topic because it's a very new thing to learn that actually जो आपकी ये जो design jewelries हैं, they are enchanted. They are enchanted. I don't know, I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong word, but you know, there's a magic attached to it, right?
Yes.
So what is it all about and how does it is different by other jewelries that people are practicing with crystals and stuff that's
Right. So I will just tell you a small thing. Like first, I will just say that I'm a crystal healer myself,
Okay.
and I'm a gemologist. So I love crystals. I have no, like hatred towards any crystals. I love them. It's just that I know that crystal gets dirty, and they need a cleansing process.
Yeah.
It has to be cleansed if you are wearing it regularly. If you don't cleanse it, it's like your cup of water is like getting darker and
stale water.
stale, and you're not cleaning it, and you're still taking a sip of it. How will it feel like?
Yeah, it'll do bad than doing good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after some time, the crystal needs to be healed. So in this self-love jewels, what we did was made the jewelry specifically with metals, different metals we have used: brass, gold, silver, and this metal has created in a specific pattern,
Okay.
which is called as sacred geometry. So sacred geometry is like from the ancient times. The geometry structure is like that. It radiates some kind of quantum energy field.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so the pattern itself has certain energy. Now what we do is enhancing that patterns, the structure, with the mantras. So if we say the olden time, we used to give tabiz, talisman, right? It's just like fancy tabiz and talisman these days.
Okay.
Something that you can wear it and nobody will get to know it.
Okay.
And these are specifically charged like with different mantras. Like if I say you, I'm wearing Shri Chakra, right? So the Shri Chakra is specifically charged with Tripur Sundari mantras.
Okay.
And there are certain aspects to it, and it's a very powerful geometry pattern. it brings a lot of wealth, abundance, and it just makes you feel complete in life. So when it is charged, its working capacity enhances.
Okay.
And charged by means enhancing it with mantras. So
Okay.
in simple terminology is that it's a yantra. When attached to a mantra, it makes the tantra.
Okay. So as you saying that it's charged, so फिर अगर ये charged है तो इसको recharge भी करना होता होगा, or it's like one time it's done, then it's done.
So one time, yes, it is like super powerful and charged, and yes, we do charge it every month. So
Okay.
in SelfLove Jewels, we have a process that every month we charge the jewelry that's new in production.
Okay.
And also we will reprogram and recharge the old jewelry that's gone to our customers also.
Okay, despite they are like gone. I mean, if I get one, I don't have to go back to get
No, you
it
don't
recharged.
have to come back
So
to
wherever
me.
I am in the world,
It is still getting charged.
okay. Okay.
So this kind of work that we are doing behind, and it's not only me, it's the team of the acharyas that like have done the mantra chanting since their childhood, and like lakhs of mantra chant happens.
Okay. As the word tantra, you have used it. So, because we had a conversation before the show started that we belong to a land. Both our childhood we are from Northeast.
Yes.
And from the place that Shakti's most strongest organ resides, right?
Yes.
That's Temple Kamakhya, right?
Absolutely.
So, क्योंकि तंत्रा वर्ड यूज हुआ है, ठीक है, और आपके प्रैक्टिसेस भी आप कर रहे हैं तंत्रा में, so let's talk about that, you know.
Sure.
I would be really interested in your inputs about Temple Kamakhya and how it is helping you also.
So I will say that in my childhood, because I was also born in Manipur, so in my childhood, my parents used to visit Dobri Sahib,
Yeah.
the Gurdwara
Yes,
there
yes.
in Assam. And while coming from there, we used to go to Guwahati and we visit Kamakhya temple. And for me, internally, I feel like my second home there. Like the Devi there is like, it's not residing there only. It's kind of awakened within me.
Absolutely, like I have a similar feeling, yeah.
Yeah, it's so the Kamakhya temple is known for the Yoni Peeth which is there. And Yoni, like we are all into Manushya Yoni right now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it has such a strong and powerful energy, but just being in that area that it just start vibrating into you. We can't explain it in words what's that power is.
Yeah, it can be just felt.
It just can only be felt. You can't explain it because the power is so strong. It gives you support, strength, everything. And I always want to explain everybody what is power. Power is like a pure form of electricity. If you want to use it into like building up the light, you can do it. But if you want to use to build up that same electricity to build up something else like a bomb or something else, some damage, some machinery which will damage other people, you can do it.
Yeah.
It is your choice how you want to use that power. Okay. So use power wisely because for every using the power there is a repercussions also.
Absolutely, that's what I was talking about, the bright side of temple, Kamakhya temple, and there's also a secret and a dark side also.
Absolutely.
I think the dark side that I've been, like we were talking about earlier also, the dark side is like the wrong way of practice.
Yes.
ठीक है, एक ही चीज़ को अगर सही से आप पूरे विधि से आप कर रहे हो तो you'll get a good result. And फिर अगर आप विधि के हिसाब से नहीं कर रहे हो, then you're damaging yourself and you're damaging the energy around
Absolutely.
also.
It is simply like that you're doing black magic or white magic.
White magic and black magic. So you believe this? There is something called black magic that's happening in there.
That's what exactly I told you. Electricity.
Yeah.
If you use the electricity, like, okay, the electricity is there, go and hold it.
क्या होगा?
Black magic हो जाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
If you take the wooden and everything and you hold it nicely,
Yeah.
the energy will transfer to us. Like white magic हो जाएगा.
So, जैसे कि so according to you, I would like to understand what's your understanding to tantric, because you're talking about Kamakya Devi here. So, your understanding of tantra practice is what?
Tantra practices, it's like very hard to explain in simple words because it is massive. And if I tell you about certain things, that they are different kind of tantra practices. Like with every Devi, there is a different kind of practices involved, and different kind of rituals and different kinds of do's and don'ts also involved. So, Tantra is basically a system. A system where you use your body, where you use your mantra, and you combine it together in a certain rhythm or a format which creates a complete system.
Yes.
So, if you know how to work with this system, you can do wonders. And if you corrupt that system, things will become blunder.
Blunder, absolutely. Okay.
So, Tantra is very important in Tantra to really abide by the rules of that practice. It's really important.
Okay. And what kind of people should not get into Tantra? That's a more important information than people who should get into Tantra.
Yeah, actually, I will say until unless you don't have certain, patience and tolerance within yourself, you should not get involved into it very quickly. Because I give you an example. So, there was a person who was practicing Tantra, and some people indulge, unnecessary arguments with that person. And what happened to be is like, he got over like angry. He got angry and it was like just in mind he thought of just everybody should just die here.
By that moment?
Just a thought,
yeah.
human thought comes
Yeah.
around. And few of them were like in hospital after some time.
Okay.
So it's not that he was actually, because in anger sometimes things happen. So it was not that he was intentionally trying to harm those people, but it was at that moment, yes, he was thinking of it. But after that moment passed, it's like, oh, why did I do that?
So do you think that, practicing Tantra not correctly, or what we are talking about not correctly done, it actually, because I have also experienced people practicing it wrongly, ठीक है कि हम for example, I know somebody, I've heard, I mean, किसी सेशन में मैंने किसी से शेयरिंग करते हुए मैंने सुना कि वो शक्ति मंत्र, ठीक है, कर रहे हैं. आई वुड नॉट लाइक टू नेम विच मंत्र इट वाज, बट वो बेड पर बैठ के, पूरा कमरा बिखरा हुआ है, ठीक है, कोई सफाई है नहीं, ठीक है, बेडशीट साफ है नहीं और वट एवर. सो ही इज बीन डूइंग हिज प्रैक्टिसेस, हिज मंत्र प्रैक्टिस देयर, सिटिंग ऑन द बेड, ठीक है, विद अ डॉग ऑल्सो बिसाइड, ठीक है. सो एंड आई हैव सीन ऑल दैट पर्सन गेटिंग इनटू एक्सट्रीम एग्रेशन फॉर नो रीजन. एग्रेशन नहीं जैसे डेवलप होता. So do you think that, not doing it correctly, Shakti mantra chanting or your practices actually develops aggression inside you, gets like you're getting full of rage and getting angry for no reason?
See, for every individual it is different.
Yeah.
So we can't comment like the real answer to it. But generalized answer, we will say that in the Devi mantra or the Shakti mantra
Yeah.
also, many areas it is written also that do not chant it improper way. So understand that every chant or every word that you say, it has a certain frequency, certain rhythm and dhwani. If you chant the mantra or the words wrongly pronounced also, the effects is different,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
So there are certain things that you need to take care of. So why you have to do that Devi chant if you can't follow the entire practices of it? Do some lighter versions of chants. There are many. So I always say that do that much where you can actually obey by that practices. If you can't, don't do it. And thinking of that also, a person is initiated to certain practices because he was meant to.
Okay. It's the other way to look at it.
Yeah, and honestly, if we say that there is something right and something wrong, how we can decide it? We don't know yet. It's the play of the divine, what he has thought or what he is trying to manifest for a longer term or shorter term. We really don't know about it.
Exactly. Already designed, you're saying.
Things are designed already. So we can just communicate and talk about it. But what is happening and why it is happening, we don't know. Like even before coming here, we never thought that we're going to talk about the Kamakya, we're going to talk about the Tantra.
Yeah.
But it just happened to me that we both are
from the same place.
From the same place, connected our roots towards the Kamakya temple. And I don't have words to describe it. It is just, I'm at peace at there.
Absolutely. It's a different kind of feeling. Yeah, that's right to explain that what is Kamakya temple, it cannot be described in words. You have to be actually उस भूमि पे जाके पैर रखना पड़ेगा, अपने जूते चप्पल उतार के to feel the power and the strength.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
even if somebody, I've seen people not knowing much about Ma Kamakya temple and they just go there and they're different when they walk out of the temple.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely.
So yeah, again like okay, ये तो है कि Kamakya, it's a never ending conversation. If we start talking about Ma Kamakya, it's never ending और बहुत घंटे लग जाएंगे हमें बात करने के लिए. To come back to SelfLove Jewels, okay, one thing I wanted to ask कि ये is it like designed particularly for individuals, customized for every individual, and how it's done? Like, how does it
basically, we have created different design for different aspects of life. Like for prosperity, abundance, we have created Shri Chakra. To finding the right partner, we have created the Clean Ring. Okay. To strengthen your body and longevity, we have created the Hreem Yantra. So, to balance your chakra, we have created different chakras.
Okay.
To feel the blossom of life, we have created sacred geometry of flower of life. So, we have different patterns and every pattern has a name itself.
Okay. So, anybody can pick up from like, I want prosperity or I want a partner or I want a balance. So, I can just pick up.
You can just pick up that.
Okay.
Or otherwise, if you want to have a consultation about your specific recommendation that what you really need to have it, we do provide a chakra scanning report and the recommendation that your energy is calling for.
Okay, chakra scanning report. What is this? How it's done?
So, chakra scanning report is that we have a parameter of 7 chakras in our body, and every chakra has a certain energy.
Okay.
Certain energy, certain blocks, and certain vibrations. If one chakra is bigger than the other chakras, and it's like the misalignment is there. So we sense the energy of the chakras of the concerned person and tells that where the chakra is blocked or activated or underactivated or overactivated, where he needs to balance which chakra or which aspects of life, and then we recommend him those jewelry. That okay, we give jewelry as a prescription. Okay. That you can wear this and this will help you enhance that area of your life. This doesn't mean that you don't have to do other things. With that, we also recommend you to do Yog Nidra, yoga, breathing exercises, taking care of your diet. So whatever is given in the recommendations with the jewelry, we have other videos also created that helps you more understand your body.
Okay.
Combined together, do anything about it. We always encourage that take care of your mindset, take care of your health. Physical exercise is important.
Yes, it is.
Because, people are living in the extreme cultures in their mindset. Like, yes, they were rishis and they are rishis who will sit and meditate for many hours or days, and they will still be having very strong body because they have achieved that level. But initially, if you think, okay, I will just sit and meditate only and I will achieve that, it will take really long time. So you have to understand your time also.
Individually.
Yes, individually. So for every individually, it is different.
Okay. So as we are talking about practices individually, so AAIRA ji, what's your regular practice? Is an interesting thing to know.
Yes. So my regular practice is when I wake up in the morning, I take my bath and everything, and I do yoga,
Okay.
pranayam, and then my tantra practice.
Okay.
And after that, I'm off to work. And then the entire day, whenever I feel tired, I do my Guru Mantra chant in between. And then at night, so there is another whole timing for meditation before sleeping, and then going to bed.
Okay. So you like it's morning, evening.
Morning, evening is, yes, it's just like energy pill that I need to have
Okay.
to work the entire day and give more input that can bring more healing to the world.
Okay. Anything that you would like to share? What people are missing out in their daily life?
People are missing out in,
As we are in the subject of self-love, that's why.
people are missing out in recharging themselves. It's like the mobile that goes drained in their, they are living in the time where when the 20% is less, the battery is looking red.
Yeah.
Every activity is less at the operations level. People are living that way. They're living their life into less than 20% of energy. They don't know how much potential they have if they charge themselves to 80 to 100 level. And that's why I said that every day, if you do yoga, pranayam, and your daily meditation practice, it's like charging yourself. And once you are charged, your eyes are brightly open. I give you an example to that. I was sitting with my friends. They were not meditators, but they were like, we can see it in your eyes. How you see it in my eyes? Your eyes actually is white. Otherwise, people's eyes are mostly yellowish.
Yellowish, reddish, yeah.
So your eyes are white. Oh, that's a sign. So how you see the world, it can happen to you also. That's the shine and brightness is within you. Awake yourself, love yourself so that you know that how powerful you are.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's a lot of knowledge and lot more I have. मेरे दिमाग में questions बन रहे हैं, लेकिन because of the less time that we have for this episode, for now we'll just close it here only.
Sure.
I am really thankful for you coming here and we getting this privileged time to actually talk about the subject called self-love. ठीक है कि आपसे अगर self-love नहीं हो रहा है तो you can actually reach out to somebody.
Yeah, and actually I have created a community.
Okay.
Self-love community, and everybody can join. It's free to join.
Okay.
And we keep sharing a lot of knowledge, mini pocket-sized knowledge in that, so that you can implement in your daily life.
Okay.
Because as my time is reducing, to do
Reach
more
out to people.
one-on-one and workshops. So we are like recording and making the notes into small portions so that you can be fed every day.
Okay. Daily
So
doses.
yeah, so do join our self-love community, and you will get a lot of input in how on a daily basis you can just change yourself 1%.
Okay. Thank you so much for this beautiful time and so much of enlightenment in a small piece of time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. तो ये थी हमारी साथ आयरा जी, जिन्होंने हमें सेल्फ लव के बारे में बताया। जो हम जैसे शुरुआत में भी मैंने बोला कि हम कंप्लेन तो कर रहे होते हैं कि ये हमसे दिस पर्सन इज़ नॉट लविंग अस, दैट पर्सन इज़ नॉट लविंग अस, और मे बी नॉट लविंग अस द वे वी वांट। वी नो what love we want. So first, charity begins at home, I guess. तो हाँ, अगर कर पाते तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो हमारे डिस्क्रिप्शन पर बॉक्स पे जाइए और फिर यू कैन फाइंड लिंक्स एंड details about AAIRA, and you can follow her, and as I always say, make the most out of it. Thank you so much.